day began. And Miranda Wang, the Duke Blue Devil.
Made 159 feet of putts yesterday. Keeps it going today.
3-shot lead with his 5 holes, so that would get her to 17 under par. Now Wong at the 5th for par.
And this would be her second putt here on this hole, so a 3-putt. First real sign of nerves for
golf.
This has actually been a really tough green to putt today. Second toughest in terms of number of putts taken on this green, and that's not easy from this range coming off of a 3-putt.
No, and I think what makes it difficult, this one is uphill to start with, then it will flatten out as the ball approaches the hole. But there doesn't appear to be much behind it, so I think people are scared to give this one a good run.
Yeah, it is the hardest hole on the course today. Excellent speed. I always pay attention to long-range putts for speed. That's where you tend to see signs of nerves. But, I mean, she basically made everything from long range yesterday, so nothing to be surprised about. Hole or anything like that.
So just a little left here for Miranda.
Yeah, I don't see this being any problem at all.
Okay, so good, solid 2-putt par on a tough hole after her first bogey of the day. Wong by 2.
4 back right now, and the player at the top of the leaderboard is on the tee.
Well, this is a crucial drive because the cross bunkers really can interfere with a layup. If you're in the left bunker, you're probably going to have to lay up, and if you're in the right rough, you're going to have to lay up as well. Oh, this is left. This is not a very good tee shot.
This is the part of her game that she struggles with the most.
Whoa.
That could be in some real trouble. Fortunately, it is a par 5, so it can get something back into the fairway and still on the green, potentially in regulation.
Down the fairway. She's still got 163 to the hole. And that just shows you the penalty that's in play, Tom, if you miss the fairway into one of those bunkers or the rough on the right by having to lay up short of those cross bunkers.
Yeah, that cross bunker there is just not to be messed with. It's about 30 yards long.
I like that. It's 48 front. Yeah, below it's good though.
She has a 7-iron now. The good news is there's plenty of green for her to use, so she can let this release back to the hole. She doesn't have to be amazingly precise with the distance control. She can let this one release back there.
Jay Davies, the man on the bag.
Ball is slightly above her feet as well.
Yeah, you're right.
Saw her back off quite a few yesterday for various reasons, Karen.
It's true, there was quite a bit of movement around her group yesterday.
Pretty good recovery there, especially after that tee shot, Tom.
Yeah, and she's going to have a putt for birdie in the way that she's been putting this week. You wouldn't write her off.
Back to 7.
And Miranda Wang has the birdie putt. This could really settle her down here, Karen, if she can make this, having been in trouble off the tee, as you said.
Well, this is the club that she's really been able to rely on this week. I mean, it's been quite the display of putting for Miranda.
I mean, even on this hole yesterday, Karen, as part of her 159 feet of putts she made.
Yeah,
Third
she
of
said
them on
that.
this hole.
Yeah. She said that putter really started to work in round one. And she shot 29 on this 9. Oh, she thought that was going to drop.
Just almost every putt that she hits, Tom, looks like it has a great chance to go in. She's really done a wonderful job matching the line and the speed on these greens. Good putters love fast greens. And she's clearly putting is a strength of her game.
This was how close it came to going in. On Thursday, she started her round from the 10th, shot 1 over for the first 9 holes, and then just started getting that putter heated up.
And now Miranda Wang, she took the lead early in round 3, trailing Se-Young Kim by 3 when the round began, but took over and hasn't been caught yet.
Has the same club, 6 iron. Wind is just, if I'm looking at the flag, just a little bit into off the right.
And surprisingly today, Karen, this is playing as the 3rd hardest hole.
I think with that hole location, Morgan, it's just tough for the players to get close to. This drawing towards the left half of the green as well.
Same type of shot as Rose hit. Similar results. Only been 5 birdies. Nobody really pushing too close to that hole location. Being a little bit more into the wind today, playing a little bit longer.
Well, it is a 1-shot lead for Miranda Wang. She's about to be tied because Gino Titkun's going to have a tap-in birdie at the 9th. She played at Duke, helped the Blue Devils win their 7th national title, and her coach at Duke, Dan Brooks, has been kind enough to spend a few minutes with us. Dan, great to hear from you.
Thanks for having me on.
Well, we're watching Miranda here, and she's got a birdie putt. And I've got to just ask you first about that epic final round in Arkansas when she got the clinching point.
Well, I can tell you this. I went out there to sort of hang out with her and see if I could help her stay calm. And she ends up being the calmest of the 2 of us, I can tell you that. She was pretty chill in that moment. That was a nice putt.
Well, pretty calm
Yes.
right there on what was not an easy putt. She looks like she can be able to handle par here at the 8th. And we have shown it already this week, but it's worth seeing again. And Dan, I know you'll never mind seeing this. This was a match against Letizia Bagnoli of Wake Forest, and she never led in this match. She forced a 20th hole with that putt, and then able with 2 putts to get it done there. And there you are on the green watching bird's eye view.
Yeah.
And that would wrap it up, and the celebration was on.
And her tempo and her poise, some of the things that we talked about coming into today. Can you elaborate on that and how that's going to help her being in this position here today?
Absolutely. That's the thing that first attracted to me when I was recruiting her was this, her beautiful free swing, and her attitude was so positive. Everything you see is truly the way she is. She's a very, very positive, very free player, uncluttered, and I think that's why she's doing so well as a pro.
Well, she has won at every level. She played high school golf in North.
And that, she was good in college, but I don't think that was her moment. This is her moment now. She is showing that in my communication with her over the last few years as she's gotten into the professional world, she loves golf more than she's ever loved it right now. And that, if you can love it after the difficulties of trying to get yourself on the regular tour, then you must be made for the games. So I think her best golf's ahead of her.
Well, it takes not only a great golfer, but an incredible student to go to Duke. You told me she read War and Peace. Have you read War and Peace?
Yeah. No, heck no. My dad was was really a nerd, and he did it by choice. He didn't have it in a class. At least Miranda had it in a class. So, you know, it was part of some kind of a language or a literature class. But she was born in Beijing, you know. I mean, you can hear that she's got quite an accent. And for her to read War and Peace, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, well, it's a crash course today, certainly, as she tries to win for the first time. And a public policy and psychology grad from Duke in 2020, where she played for you and helped the Blue Devils win that national title. She has won, as we said, on each level. She won on the Women's All-Pro Tour, had a couple of wins there, and then won on.
And if Miranda Wang is watching the leaderboard, she said she may kind of keep an eye on how things go today, but to try and concentrate on her game, she's going to see the world number one right there. Tee shot away here at 9.
And she's going to put herself in a good position with that one.
Yeah. Right into the heart of the dogleg, but we have a tie at the top here, the final rising stretch. Miranda Wang now.
From 1 yard less, 133. Also just catching a little bit of down breeze.
Interesting, Karen, if she takes a look at this leaderboard here.
Yes, it is a sizable one, and it's actually pretty hard to miss as you're walking up to the green.
Quite get the bounce she was looking for. I think she should take a peek. She's got 9 holes left. See what's going on. Can change your game plan. And it's also a reminder, she has played well. She
knows that if she's looking at it, she'd get a glimpse of her scorecard. So, yeah, it's right there in front of her.
Taking a look at her bio, they're born in Beijing. She actually said, kind of reminds her here of home. The climate would be, I mean, I guess similar. They get pretty cold winters, maybe not quite as cold as Boston, and then favorable weather in the summer.
I asked her today what it was that reminded her of Beijing. She said the grass. She said the grass really reminds her of what she grew up on, especially the sticky rough, the longer rough.
And this putt's going to be downhill, so not too sticky on this one. This one's going to release.
Just continues to put on a putting clinic.
So good. I mean, you look at how many putts she's holed really since the beginning of her campaign. We talked about that second 9 on Thursday. Just red hot. If she can keep that putter going.
Rose fight her way back. It's not easy after injury.
Pretty good story here as well. Miranda.
There is trouble on this hole if you don't hit a good one. Penalty areas left and right.
Missed it left on 7.
And this is good though.
Able to straighten it back out. Just catches the first cut, but that'll be okay. Not a great angle.
The rookie's been caught, but hasn't yet been passed. She leads by 1.
Got to carry that front bunker. Wouldn't be surprised if she places a little right of that.
Seen this green firm up a little bit as the last couple days have gone on after that inch of rain that fell on Friday.
Oh, that was bold.
Can't hold it.
Definitely left of where she was looking, especially based on her balance there at the end and the way she was leaning, but that'll be okay. Dependent on the lot.
Pretty good job there. We were here until dark yesterday because of the delays on Friday.
Wong at 10.
That's a pretty good effort from that sticky grass around the green.
And every step she is answering the challenge. Gino's got a tough one at the 11th for birdie. Rose has an opportunity to creep a little closer. She slept on the lead Friday night, but the round hadn't been finished yet. She was up by 2 entering the resumption of play in round 2 on Saturday morning.
I don't think was quite in tune with her game earlier this week, but she's found it.
Miranda Wang for par. Solid.
Down.
Up and down from behind the green. Heads to the par 3 11th. Still ahead by 1.
It's a higher ball flight than Rose. She has a little Hanako Shibuno in her address position with the left elbow there, Morgan.
Yeah, this has been her miss today, Karen. A little bit left, getting a little bit towards her toes. It's going to leave a tricky putt there with a lot of break. Further it comes down, more towards hole high.
Queen City Championship, then at the Walmart Northwest Arkansas Championship the week after. Back at the 11th.
Well, this is the putt that Morgan was talking about here for Miranda Wang. I think she was fortunate, Karen, it just meandered back a little bit down towards hole high.
I agree, because if you're too much near the back of this green, it can make for a very interesting putt, particularly on the back left of this green to a front right hole location. There would be all kinds of fun and games trying to get the ball close, but from here, it's actually quite doable. You've got a couple of slopes, it's downhill to start with, but then just as the ball approaches the hole, it's back uphill. It's almost like she's going to putt through a little valley. There's a slope off the front of the green, and then there's a slope that middle tier as well, so she's been exceptional with her green reading skills this week. Feels very confident on the greens, obviously.
Yeah, another example there, really good. It's a comfortable pairing as well for Miranda Wang. She knows Rose. They are friends. They live in Las Vegas, both live in Las Vegas, so they've talked about maybe playing some golf together when they're off tour. I think that helps. It's the 3rd time she's played in the final.
I mentioned last week visiting with Miranda in a practice round in Canada. I asked her what grade she would give her rookie season. She was inside the top 60 in the race to the CME Globe. She said, I'm giving myself an A. I think it's hard out here, especially as a rookie, not knowing these courses. And she said, if I make the Tour Championship or if I win, I'm giving myself an A+. Give her an A+ there, Karen, for that drive. And Karen, just following up
I like it.
what I was saying earlier about the grade she gave herself this week, even after her round yesterday, she said, I'm giving myself credit. It's hard to do what I've done this week, get myself into a lead. And what struck me is that you who do this for a living are so often so harsh on yourselves. You're your own worst critics. And it seemed like that Miranda wanted to have that good positive self-talk as we look at our top tracer technology this hour, presented by Progressive Insurance.
Well, so much of a player's success is about how they visualize themselves on the golf course and how they are achieving.
A beautiful looking golf swing right there. One of the most balanced we've seen from her in the last handful of holes. No balance towards the toe.
All right. Oh, there have been, what, half dozen putts of this length or longer that Miranda's made this weekend, and she's got this one for eagle at the 12th.
She does, and it's uphill all the way to the hole. Bit of an awkward read though, because of the way that you have the change in color of the grass as the ball rolls on the green. You've got some shadows around the hole now, and I think really from this range, I know she's been putting tremendously, but you're just trying to get it close enough to the hole to not stress about the birdie.
Speed's been so good
speed there. She's nearly leading the field in putting, has been pretty much all week.
It was a second 9.29 that really got her going on Thursday. She birdied 8 of the 9 holes on the front 9, which was her second 9 of the day. The only hole she didn't.
A couple of weeks ago in Portland with a heavier shaft.
So for Miranda, who did have a 3-putt bogey back at the 5th, she's got this second putt here at the 12th to regain the lead.
Well, and this is where, if you're Miranda, you think, right, okay, foot on the gas. Let's just start accelerating here. Let's make this putt. Let's just keep going. Because even though Rose isn't really pressurizing her, she can't forget that Gino is up ahead, making her move.
That's where knowing where you stand on the leaderboard is important.
Absolutely. Well, I obviously heard some kind of a noise from behind.
Gino, maybe?
She's backed off just really a number of times, more than I think we see from other players. To be fair, when she has backed off, she's been able to resettle herself and pull off the shot.
Not that time.
Wow.
Oh, goodness, that's...
I always think more. I always think that when players back off like that, there's almost like there's a little lack of focus going on within them. Like if they're hearing every single little noise around them, I think that's some inexperience on her part, not being used to a lot of people around her on the golf course, not having that general murmur of a crowd that happens when you're playing. But also she's hearing it. If you were totally locked in, I'm not sure that you even noticed that.
Yeah, I totally agree. And she's set up outside the hole here.
Well,
2 of the shakiest putts that we've seen from her this whole week. And that was a gift to Gino right there.
3-putt bogey at the 5th and a 3-putt par at the 12th. And we remain deadlocked.
Yeah, that's in good shape. Yeah, Dan, the general manager, and his team do a really good job, and they're passionate about the PGA Tour and seeing their golf course with the best players in the world competing on it. Miranda Wang.
Well, it's definitely becoming one of my favorites, and I've thoroughly enjoyed my time here. And that's a good tee shot there.
Minus that day on Friday, the weather has just been spectacular.
Good start.
Let's see what she can do with her second shot here at the 13th.
She's got 161 all the way back to that flag. There's a hint of breeze into the players right now.
What have you noticed, Karen, with her demeanor from after that previous hole to here?
I mean, nothing really. She looks still exactly the same, going about her business. This one's drawing too much, though.
And that left miss again. And that's short-sided here. Not quite sure if that got all the way down into the bunker, but either way, oh yes, it looks like it did. Either way, it's not easy. That's well below the surface of the green, so...
This is the 13th hole, and this is Miranda Wang's 3rd from the bunker.
Found a good lie, but this bunker's well below the green surface, and to get that kind of spin on it was fab.
That is really good, Karen.
That was exceptional. This season, she gets up and down out of the...
First Grand Slam title.
This is Miranda Wang for a par.
Pretty straightforward, Tom. Not much in this at all.
Really good up and down. Stays tied, Morgan.
An important putt, Tom, after missing the one on the previous hole. It start to get in your head when you miss short putts like that.
You think back to 4. That was a really good par save for her. And then here, saving par. A couple of crucial...
The only missed fairway to this point was in the first cut. That one looks to have missed a little wider.
Yeah, you have to go more left than you think. The tee box actually points you down the right side, and you think that's where you have to go when you're standing on the tee, but you don't. You really have to hug that left side because running through is an issue. Today, with this wind direction, with the help, absolutely you have to think about it. The last 2 days it's been more into, so the players have been able to get away with it more.
Looks like she likes that one.
It's pretty good.
That is perfection right there.
And looks like it's dodged all the divot holes. So that final pair makes its way up the 14. All right, so Wong with Gino in the fairway at 15.
Wong's only got 116, and she managed to avoid all the divots that are in this very popular spot in the middle of this fairway. Oh, hands off the club.
Yeah, that's her nervous miss. I've been texting her coach, Ted O, so that little bit of a left is what causes that. She just gets a little bit wristy, doesn't go through the swing as confidently, but that is going to, she's going to be okay with that one, of course, right there with the putt for birdie.
Miranda has answered every challenge so far. What does it feel like out there to you?
She does. And, I mean, she's very calm. I mean, the bunker shot at the previous hole was exceptional under that pressure.
Mm-hmm.
I think the fact that Rose isn't applying a ton of pressure to her is allowing Miranda to really stay calm and not feel the heat of the intense competition that actually is happening. Although we're just hearing a really loud roar right now on the green. We know that that's not come from Gino, but Miranda doesn't.
Is to go back in front.
This putt is uphill.
And just enough uphill, maybe, to keep that out of the cup.
I thought she had that one right there. I thought it was going to drift just a bit right into that hole.
So
Go back to the tee at the 15th, and Miranda Wang.
And this looks like a really good tee shot. When there's trouble all the way down the left, you've got trouble up the right. She's negotiated both of them.
Quickly. And so Rose will have a chance to bounce back after that double bogey on the previous hole. Now Miranda Wang.
She was all set to walk into the ball then. And,
yeah, I thought she was going to be ready to go, and then suddenly there was just something in her head which said, check the numbers.
Just wait a minute. Let me just recheck. Exactly. Pull out the yardage book, start again. She didn't do a full reset, though.
Nice and aggressive through that one. Shaking her head like she doesn't like it, though.
No, it's in the grass at the top of the bunker.
Yeah, I'd love to know what made her step out of that, Karen. It was that is not the shot we were expecting, and uncharacteristic from the way that she's played today. As her coach.
Tremendous job, these rookies.
No, this is where Miranda Wang's ball finished. Is this better for her, Karen, in the bunker?
Oh, this is a break of all breaks. I mean, I walked up. I mean, the ball had been at rest for quite some time, and then as I got up to the ball, to the bunker, it just rolled down out of the rough into the bunker, and it's just a huge break because it's so much better down there than where it was.
I'm surprised how much she choked up on that. Didn't even get it to the green. Trying to be a little bit too perfect there. When you choke up so much on a club like that, it's not going to go as far as you think. And now this is really one of the first big bobbles we've seen. Look at how much of that grip is on the other side of her hands there. Needed to carry that, what, 3 more feet, Tom?
Yeah, and I'm wondering if is that nerves? Is that inexperience there that we see?
I mean, I think it's a little bit of all of it. I think there's no question she's feeling nerves. She's a human being in this moment, trying to win her first tour event. Anybody would be nervous in this situation. That doesn't mean you can't execute. That doesn't mean you can't play well. But I do think, Karen, when we look at the times that she's backed off, it hasn't gone particularly well today. And I do think she is kind of overly distracted by some of the things going on, maybe outside the ropes.
I think that's the case too. She's also moving very quickly at the minute too. Like, she's not taking very much time on it. Like, there was the second shot, there wasn't a complete reset when she had to back off. The next time when she got into the bunker, she didn't even really pop up onto the green to have a look at the green. She just went straight into the bunker and played the shot. Like, she's not going through her normal routines at the minute.
Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if they feel like being a little bit behind, they're trying to play a touch faster.
Could be.
Now that's going to be a bogey for Miranda Wang at just the wrong time. And remember, she was in a great position.
It's going to be a full one for her, so she's going to have to finesse this one in there. Really awkward looking hole location today, tucked on that front right side of the green, close to the penalty area.
I've seen a few players today, Karen, miss this right and long, especially in the recent groups.
Well, that's a pretty good response from the last hole.
Big bounce back from Miranda Wang, and she'll have that putt to get back to 20 under par. Trying to win for the first time. The rook.
The dappled shadows of the trees. Did reset this one properly. Went back and realigned her ball. Her caddy knows what the scores are because he looked at the leaderboard closely, and that was a quick stroke.
You're just starting to see some nerves in the last couple holes, Karen.
I think it's only natural, but you're right, definitely seeing it.
Somebody who has been so flawless with that club in her hand. 2-3 putts on the day today, and then that at a crucial moment.
Made 159 feet.
In the past, think of the Lotte Championship, 10 years ago.
Couple of feet for par for Miranda Wang. And that may be enough for her to get a share of the lead back. We'll see.
Take some deep breaths, walk into that 17th tee.
How much they want to take on. I would say that Miranda is not as long as Gino. So I don't expect this to go quite as far, but adrenaline can play a huge part in this shot.
Two really important tee shots here on 17 and 18. Tight tee shots. That's a perfect one right there. Since she's looked a little bit uncomfortable standing over her putts, especially.
This looks like a really good angle for Miranda Wang.
It doesn't get much better than this. She's got 142. Total yardage, but still with that whole location on the right, this green kicks down to the left. Really difficult to get close.
That's
pretty stunning.
What a shot there from Miranda Wang. Went flag hunting.
That is gutsy right there, Tom.
Would have been slightly different if she knew she was one back. Obviously, the timing is not in her favor to know that. But this would be a big moment here to give herself a really good chance of winning for the first time.
No, you're right. There is no leaderboard down here on the 17th green, so Gino wouldn't even know what was going on. But this is not an easy putt, Tom, that Miranda is facing. It's downhill, moving to the right. I mean, she's made tougher putts this week, but under these circumstances, this is huge.
Yeah. First birdie of the back nine on Sunday comes on the 17th. And Miranda Wang leads the FM Championship, walking to the 72nd tee. She's got a one-shot lead over the player at the top of the Rolex rankings, the best player in the world. She has looked nervous at times with some of the shots that she's played, but the focus is...
He's going to drift on. Now Miranda Wang Lost the lead for the first time a couple of holes ago. She's got it back. And now on the tee here, the 72nd hole.
Well, you have a couple of bunkers in the middle of the fairway that really define what kind of tee shot you want to hit. Do you go a little right of it? Do you go a little left of it? This one is left of it. Might run through into the rough. No, it's just gonna. Oh, it's just gonna hold on.
It's a nice kick there. I was going to say a shot in the rough might be a forced layup in a sense. Might be fortuitous, but still potentially will lay up from there.
Big, deep breath.
Wouldn't go anywhere just yet, but big shot right here.
All right, Karen, the second for Miranda.
She's laying up here, but it's an awkward angle. Ball's well below her feet. You have that bunker in the middle of the fairway. This is going left of that bunker.
We've seen that miss all day. She's going to get away with it again there. Not bad to that right hole. Down slope, all below her feet again. Tendency is for it to come left off that lie.
A par will give her an LPGA title. Miranda Wang needs a par for her first title. She's got this third at the par 5.
Yardage is 108. The ball is slightly below her feet. Into just a little bit of breeze.
So watch the left miss, Karen. Circumstances. Reasonable shot there. I'd assume she would have seen that Gino did not make birdie.
And heard it for sure.
And that's not an easy 2-putt, but if we're going to give it to anybody, probably going to give it to Miranda. But she has been tested a little bit more with her putting today than we have seen in the past this week, at least earlier this week. But no left miss there to speak of.
So 2 putts for the win. It has been the year of the rookies on the LPGA Tour. She would be the 7th first-year player to win.
Has found that confidence this week. Remind herself that she's good enough to be playing out here. And if she's ever proven that to herself, it has been this week, regardless of this outcome. But here, at the biggest lag putt of her career.
The putt. Let's put aside the pressure for a moment, just the putt itself.
Well, the putt itself is going to be uphill. There's like a little ridge halfway to the hole that this ball has to climb up. So just a little bit of movement as well. But I think all you're concerning yourself is with the speed here. And trying to keep those butterflies in your stomach calm and the shaking in your hands still.
That should do it. She's going to finish up her mark.
Almost time to breathe a sigh of relief. Not
Almost.
quite there yet, but
no.
I'd imagine she's holding her breath. And I mean, a player who has shown just tremendous prowess on the greens this week. What an incredible final putt right there. Second, hopefully second to last putt.
Gino refreshing the phone. I think she knows where she stands. And now just a foot and a half or so to win at the highest level. And to stare down to world number 1. The Duke Blue Devil passes this final exam with flying colors. Miranda Wang, a final round 70 to win the FM championship and become the 7th rookie to win the LPGA Tour in 2025.
Oh my God.
Blue Devil colors on just for the good vibe. And
soak it in.
absolutely. Number 187 in the Rolex rankings. Just edges number 1 for win number 1.
I was so impressed, Grant, with her poise all weekend. Starting, I mean, really yesterday, when she took the lead for the first time on the 6th hole and played with such confidence, including today with Gino staring her down.
And Karen Stupples is with our newest LPGA champion.
Thanks, Grant. Miranda Wang, you are now an LPGA champion. At what point did you believe that you would be this champion?
Honestly, on the back nine of my first round, I started hitting really good shots, and the shots and putts were going so well for me. I feel like this could be my week, and I just worked really hard and didn't give up on that.
We spoke to your coach, Dan Brooks, on the show today from Duke University, and he said that he believed that your best was yet to come. Are we starting to see the best of Miranda Wang now?
Yeah, thanks so much for rooting me in. Yes, I'm very grateful beyond words, and yeah, I hope this is the first of many, and I'll keep working hard.
No question about it. We saw a fabulous putting display. Is that something that you always rely on, your putter?
Yes, I believe so. I always think putter is my best club in the bag. I also like the other clubs, but I love putting, so I'm happy seeing it working out really good this week.
Well, you've overcome a lot. You're now a champion. Many congratulations.
So much. Thank you so much. It's a dream became true. Yeah.
It was a dream week that began